Hello guys, this is Talk Barca Bangladesh and you are watching this video. Today we are gonna discuss about El Clasico match preview and tactical analysis. So let's get started with the video. First we have to hear what Ronald Koeman has said in the press conference for Barcelona. Ronald Koeman was asked about the situation of Gerard Piqué and Sergio Roberto. Then he said both Piqué and Sergio Roberto are important players, not only for their quality but also for their personality. So for them to be here is important for us. Both players lack match fitness, but they want to help the team. Then he was specifically asked about the situation of Gerard Piqué, and he replied, "Well, for me it depends on the moment of the game, but I think any player needs to be in perfect condition to play, physically and mentally. My job is to select the best 11 that can obtain the best result for us." Then he was also asked if Frankie de Jong will play in a central position or a central back position. So he replied, "I think the good thing about Frankie is that he can play well in so many positions. He carries the ball out when he plays as a center back. In midfield, he has shown us that he can cause damage in the final third. We'll have a great chat tomorrow and decide." So let's get right into the tactical analysis. There are several rumors about the El Clasico formation. Uh, there is a rumor that Barca will play 4-3-3 formation, which is the traditional formation, the modified version of Johan Cruyff's 4-3-4-3 for diamond formation. More defensive solidity, yet just as fluid. But I think Barca should play 3-5-2 or 3-4-3 formation. It will give them more defensive fluidity and as well as more attacking chances. But if it is a rumor, we should talk about this. Okay, let's talk about this. Coleman is thinking of reverting to this formation, but according to me, this seems like a really risky or rather bad idea. If Barca is to win El Clasico, they need to overpower and outmuscle Real Madrid's midfield, who are in red hot form, compromising of Cruz, Casemiro, and Modric. And with the 3 versus 3 in midfield, which may seem equal on paper, it will be very difficult to outdo Real's midfield trio. Busquets in here defensive midfield is past his prime. He still has great footballing brain but doesn't have the body to cope with the situations. And with Frankie getting the green light to roam in the attacking and join the attack to carry the ball carrier, it will be on the Busquets' shoulder to shield Barcelona's defense, but aging Busquets cannot deal with high press of Real Madrid, and he is very sloppy at times. If Real hits on us on counter like Vinicius Jr. on front and Benzema here to help him with the situation, Busquets will be in a difficult situation. Barcelona will be left for dead. With this limitation, there are some positives as well. Araujo is a wall, so he might make up for Busquets' defensive work rate, but there is a situation that since returning from injury, Araujo did not get enough time, so I don't think he will play at a startup, but will be on after substitution later. But there is a meaning that Alva and Dest might not be the well in the wing back. The situation is they might not have the license to overlap because it will mean just two center backs and a sloppy Busquets left alone. But the positive is Messi can get more supplies from Pedri, De Jong, even Busquets because of the pocket of the space throughout the pitch, formatting different triangle with above mentioned and Griezmann. Dembele on the right can take on the full back while Messi and Griezmann can run the half spaces. But the limitations overweight the advantages. Alva and Dest are attacking fullbacks, and Dest being not so proud defensively can be a concern. In that position, Mingueza can help the Dest to overlap this position or cover this position. There is another problem that Alva is not too good in the defense either, while Messi and Dembele doesn't praise that often. Uh, Griezmann is being played out of positions too. If Busquets concentrates on the supplying the balls, he will leave spaces in behind, which Vinicius Junior will definitely exploit. Apart from his finishing, he is so fast player and he can do a critical damage to us. Dropping in midfield might create a 4 versus 3 numerical advantage for Real Madrid in the midfield. Yes, Messi will drop too, but with Dembele and Griezmann not being too good finisher, will balance up Messi dropping deep. Even though none gives us numerical advantages we need, all in all, it seems rather a logical move if Koeman does use this formation. What are your thoughts about this? What I prefer most in El Clasico is this formation. Okay, let me explain to you. I should change the Real Madrid shirt color. Okay, this is great. This formation Barca should play. It's 3-5-2. You can see that De Jong is more versatile player. So with that situation, in Griezmann's position, there will be Ronald Araujo. Araujo. He'll play the central back position, and it will help us to prevent the counter attacks and unpredictable attacks and mistakes as well. But in that formation you have to keep up and drop the Antoine Griezmann. We all know that he has been the father of his third son, so he didn't train well, so I am dropping him off. But in that formation, what you have getting advantage is that Barca is more familiar with this formation. In that season they're playing highly potentially, and they can dominate midfield in that formation. If we have to beat Madrid, we have to dominate in the midfield area, and we know Madrid have one of the greatest midfield trio in the world, Cruz, Casemiro, and Modric, and we have to create a outnumber midfield to beat them. So I think we have just 5 player in midfield, so that will help us to cope with all the situations. And we know that Busquets is sloppy, so we are keeping Araujo on the starting position. If he being sloppy and they do a counter attack Vinicius from here to here, so Ronald Araujo can cope with the situation, as well as Benzema. And we know that Dest is a full wing back. He will go that position and try to cross like here, and there will be always Dembele or Messi, and Alves also will be there to do a crossing and to be a right wing back duty. So there will be a situation where if we have failed to do that crossing, they will do a counter attack Modric, Cruz for Benzema and Vinicius Junior. So it will do a great damage to us. So in that position we have Ronald Araujo, Oscar Mingueza, and Clement Lenglet. uh, Minguez is a player who have a great speed, and who can, I think, pocket Vinicius Junior. And as for the Ronald Araujo is a very physical player with a great, he can win the aerial duel for us, and he will I think he is very solid defender who can help us to go forward and backyard as well. So I think this formation will be more likely be proper for El Clasico. Why? We have in that formation we are dominating in midfield position as well as every defensive position. Look, these three are very solid in the defense. Apart from Clement Lenglet, he can make mistakes, but Araujo can cope up with the situation. But Frankie is a solid midfielder who is now playing a box-to-box midfield. So if he got the ball from play and there, he can just go from box to box, who can help the Dembele or Messi and Jordi Alba as well, who will be always in that position. So I think it will help us to dominate the Real Madrid's midfield as well as to win the El Clasico. Thank you guys for watching this video. This is Talk Barca.